Barbershop conversations, man. Make sure you guys win the first 5 hours of your day. Charlie Kirk, you guys saw the title. He was their Malcolm X. And it's no need to go into a dialogue about how I feel about Malcolm X. And the same sentiment that people felt about Malcolm X on one side I feel is similar. I'm not going to say the same, but there's similar sentiments about how he felt about Charlie Kirk. Now, I have seen more Charlie Kirk videos since my last video, and I have a better sense of who he is. Still much of a novice, so I'm not going to quote him or anything like that, but I'm going to say this point. When you have the ability to galvanize people with truth, you become a threat. It's really, really simple, man. And I know many of my boxing people will watch this video. I watched how people celebrated. I got my credentials taken. But let me explain something to you. My first event I had 70 people. It was Earl Spence, Mikey Garcia. My second event for Jamal Charlo versus Brandon Adams, I had over 150 people at a barbershop getting haircuts, backpacks, food, etc. My last event in LA, Earl Spence versus Sean Porter. So I guess Earl Spence fights are good to me, or fighters from Texas. I had over 300 people in a parking lot. I was able to galvanize people with the truth. They respect it. I didn't come with violence. I didn't come with a penitentiary record. I didn't come with guns. I didn't come with a blood or a Crip. I came with dialogue. And I watched for 3 to 5 years on my live show how people would come and discredit me, attempt to discredit me. And by the middle to the end of the conversation, they can't disprove me. So what they say, I'm a coon. I don't like black people. I married a non-black person. Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They never can dispute the points. They discredit you. And it takes me back to Charlie Kirk and Malcolm X. As I look at Charlie Kirk's, I'm going to sit and watch a long form interview at some point. I didn't have time yesterday, but I just watched like the YouTube segments. He's God-centered. And the beautiful thing about his platform is not only did he have a voice, but the people that asked questions had a voice. And he said something which spoke to how I believe. He said, I didn't see the full 15 minutes, but he said, I gave you 15 minutes to make your point. So he literally allows people to talk and expound what they believe. That's America. Malcolm X never raised a gun. He believed in self-defense. Excuse me, I shouldn't say he never raised a gun. But he never murdered anyone. He spoke truth. He went into quote unquote enemy territory and had dialogue. Conversation runs the nation, y'all. And it's disheartening when freedom of speech has been compromised. That's all I could think about is freedom of speech, man. This is America. So we want to control the way people speak and think. We think life should be lived one way. Well, if life should be lived one way, What are the results of your life? That's all I'm saying. It's many different ways to train a kid in basketball. There's many different ways to teach a kid how to play the piano, speak a foreign language. There's many ways to teach a kid how to do multiplication, how to teach math, history, science. That's what's beautiful about this country, man. And I know people in the comment section gonna say, well, we've been marginalized. Maximize that marginalization if you believe that. Because for us to identify one person that speaks for a whole entire group is ungodly. Truly ungodly. And if you want the same American rights to assemble Black Lives Matter, if you want the same American rights to assemble Mexican American Unity Group, if you want the same to Asian American group, if you want the same Anglo-Saxon group, a KKK group, a Black Panther group, then we have to respect other people's beliefs. But when you can galvanize people with truth, Fred Hampton, Malcolm X, Charlie Kirk, I've seen him quote more Bible verses than I know, and I'm not pro Charlie Kirk, and I know the algorithms are going to be sensitive to his death. So that's why I'm going to do a deep dive moving forward. I don't know if he's racist. I don't know if he isn't. I heard him say he doesn't believe in white privilege. He doesn't believe in victimhood. I did hear that. And I'm telling every Black person that can hear my voice, don't believe in victimhood. Don't believe in it. Period. Strive. Be great in your environment. Get married. Believe in God. Raise a family. That's the apex of civilization. Apex of civilization is not watching Sports Center and wishing you had that car. The apex of civilization is honoring God and creating family and protecting and providing for that family. On the male side and on the female side, there's only two sexes. So I know this may come off as like a short-sighted post because I haven't studied him, but how he galvanized the youth, and more importantly, white youth, that's his right. The same way Barack Obama galvanized me. I voted for Obama twice. I went to the inauguration in 2012. You saw what he did on college campuses with Latino and Black youth? He has that right. And what did the other side say? He's not American. He's this, he's that. They didn't murder the man. That's what's beautiful about that you can literally, we're becoming a communist state little by little because you're going to force people in power to dictate. When incidents like this happen, you leave them no other choice. It's like, for example, and I know 90% of us can agree that the other 10% can be pro-Black or anti-police or whatever. Chicago needs to be fixed. For 98 years, Chicago has been led by Democratic leadership. We can't agree that Chicago needs help. So the government in Chicago is not working with the president of America. If I say Donald Trump, you get emotionally detached or angry. They need help. We need federal help. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, man. I have a great affinity for freedom of speech. I have a great affinity for Malcolm X. I've read both sides. I've seen videos of both sides. I've spoken to people on both sides of the fence as it pertains to Malcolm X. El Haj Malik El Shabazz. He didn't deserve to be murdered. He had a wife and 6 kids. Charlie Kirk had a wife and 2 kids. Fred Hampton had a baby on the way. Married with a baby on the way. Wife was pregnant. All 3 of these men deserve to live. But when we compromise freedom, be careful, y'all. When we compromise freedom of speech, I watch it on my platform. People can't handle when you disagree with them. They want to fight. They want to argue. They want to disrespect you. There's only one interview that I think I intentionally wanted to challenge somebody. But outside of that one interview, I sit and I listen. I fold my hands and I listen. I let people talk. Fred, why did you interview that lady that pretended to be black? Because I know it's going to be timeless years down the line. And I know I'm documenting history. Fred, why did you interview that fighter? He's anti-black. Because it's documented. We document history. We document people's what they believe. Y'all go ahead and have a great day. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Similar to Kevin Samuels. I didn't watch Kevin Samuels when he was alive. But I listen to him now. I'm subscribed to his clips on Instagram. I'm like, why did y'all hate him? We need to bring the Bible back. God needs to be back centered in America. That's all I'm going to say.